In every moment, you have a choice. A choice to live in alignment with your soul. A choice to live in alignment with what's true and what's right. And it's not about doing what's right for anyone else or someone else's standard of morality. Every moment and every experience gives you the opportunity to demonstrate and live more of who you are. Not just for someone else, but for yourself. And each moment you respond with compassion. You turn the other cheek, as in you don't put the same energy that came to you back. When you turn the other cheek and say, you know what, I'm going to transmute this energy and respond from a higher perspective, you're in true power. When you respond from that place of kindness, you are doing that ultimately for yourself, because in that moment you expand, in that moment you elevate yourself, in that moment you are demonstrating the highest version of yourself. And who benefits is you. Who benefits is you. Because when you open your heart in compassion and loving and kindness, you're the one that's exercising that muscle. Regardless of what the other person does or what they don't do, they need to deal with that. Let them deal with that. That's none of your business. Every situation is giving you the opportunity to demonstrate more of your truth, more of your essence, more of your infinity, more of your true nature, more of your divinity, more of your capacity to love. All of the great ones, Jesus, Buddha, Gandhi, Mother Teresa, they showed us our own possibility as human beings to love. Many of us, we want to be great, we want to be like a Gandhi or a Mother Teresa, but we don't want to do what they did. We don't want to show up and live what they lived. Even when being spat on, even when being ridiculed, it takes tremendous strength to live love. It takes tremendous strength to throw back a different energy than you were given. It takes tremendous courage and strength to live who you are, often in a world that doesn't reinforce that, in a world that might give you a different energy. If Will Smith, I'm curious, and that's no judgment on how Will Smith should have or shouldn't have responded, but I'm asking the question and I'm curious, what if he had? How would that maybe change the way we perceive kindness? How would that given all of us as human beings, how would that have given the young children watching a new paradigm, a new possibility, a new reference of real strength and how to respond with grace and dignity and humility? In any moment, when you respond from that higher perspective, when you respond from kindness instead of hate, you are shifting the consciousness of the planet. Any moment you do that, you are setting an example to those around you. You are setting an example to your children and those around you as you take that stand, that higher stand. And you invite every human being that's watching you, and you never know who's watching you. There'll be many times when you take that higher road and no one's watching. The intention is not to take that higher road just because someone's watching, but to take that higher road because that's your commitment to yourself. That's your commitment to your soul. That's your commitment to your evolution. And you never know who's watching you. There are people that are watching you. There are people that are watching your life. There are people that are observing you, watching how you live, that you don't even know, whose lives you are impacting. So when you live that kindness, that generosity, that loving, that compassion, you may not be changing a nation. You may not be changing a continent. But you're changing yourself and you're changing the world around you. What if we all chose to respond from loving? And so in every given moment, when you're triggered, when you're upset, ask yourself, take a step back, and rather than responding, count to 5, 7, 6 seconds, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what would be the highest response from love right now? What would love do right now? What would compassion do right now? How would I respond if I was coming from my highest self right now? And every moment you do that, you take your power back. Every moment you do that, you expand. Every moment you do that, you access a deeper dimension of your freedom. Because you never know the private battle that someone is going through. You never know the private challenge that someone is going through, and why they are treating you, why they are showing up the way they are showing up. You never know. And when you respond with love and compassion, number one, you take all the excuses away. When you respond with love and compassion, number two, you free yourself. When you respond with love and compassion, you get them to think. And that opening can be access to change. Don't confuse kindness with weakness. It takes tremendous strength to be kind. If you enjoyed today's short video, folks, share this with friends that you love, and make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Love now.